Hello and welcome to another episode of Superstar Interviews, where we are here to actually share with you the most amazing coaches that we personally know and that have impacted our lives in a positive way. We're on a mission to impact the lives of 1 million entrepreneurs by 2025 here at Ivy Leads. The coaches that you're listening to on this amazing show, they have been consistent, showing up every single day. They have been authentic. They don't just preach what they're teaching, like they've gotten the results themselves and they've been able to help people get to where they want to go. That is very, very important to us. Like, have you gotten the results first? And then do you have the courage enough to actually help someone else get those same results or even better results than yourself? That's what we are so excited to actually share with you, because this dynamic couple that we've actually interviewed, Allison and Eddie Seller, are incredible. They are both amazing people just on their own. Both of them are alphas. And when I mean alphas, like they are strong individuals. When they come together, okay, the world knows that something incredible is going to happen. They've created this amazing brand. They've been able to help entrepreneurs go from $10,000 to $30,000 within 30 days of actually entering their program. They have this 4-pillar system. And what's really powerful about it is, number one, it's support. They're very keen on support. Number two, they get the results because they want to ensure that you're going into the right direction. But then it leads more into the mindset of it all. They want to ensure that the wisdom, which is the third pillar in their business, is set intentionally to progress upwards and in the trajectory that you want. But the fourth is my favorite. Okay. The fourth is stretch. And they use this principle because once you've stretched someone to a certain degree, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, they will not be able to go back to how they used to be. So I am so excited for you to listen to this interview. It's packed with a lot of information. They are a couple. They do life and business together. Both Vanessa and I, we believe that, I mean, it's a blessing to be able to, grow an empire with your significant other, obviously. But when you're having fun doing it, it just makes it all even better. So I'm so excited for you to check out this episode. Make sure to check out the amazing event that Allison and Eddie are hosting. It's going to be the 2nd of May in Vancouver. They have a lot more coming up. So make sure to sign up. I promise you, if you're looking to level up, these are your coaches. So without further ado, check them out. Allie and Eddie, I am so excited for you guys to be here with us today.
And we are too.
Yeah, thanks, Isabel.
How are you? How's everything?
Great.
Fantastic, as always.
Really happy to be here with you. So thank you.
Yes, likewise. So one of the questions that we always ask before, getting into it is, what were you guys actually doing before coaching? Because you guys have a unique story. Okay.
Wow.
And I'm sure that a lot of like high level performers, high level entrepreneurs, and high level executives can relate. What was your story like before you guys decided to go all in on your coaching practice?
Oh my goodness. We would have to, there are so many components of growth that have happened to
So
where
many
to where we are today. But really, to summarize it, so we're not on here for 3 hours just talking about our story.
Well, if you add my story, it'd be 6.
Yes. Where we are today is really focusing on business coaching and helping health and fitness entrepreneurs. And that's even expanded to just really service-based entrepreneurs, meaning those selling time for money. But it really started in our own journey. And Ed was a personal trainer for many years, amongst doing body doubles for The Rock, amongst doing
no big deal. No big deal.
So I was a stunt man, then I became a body double.
Yeah.
I got injured and so on and so on. But it goes on.
Yeah. And amongst doing, again, building his own personal training practice.
Yeah.
And myself, I was very much into nutrition. And then with nutrition, went into mindset coaching, but also had a business background. over the years, we built our practices together. Of course, nutrition and fitness go very well together.
That's combo.
Yeah, but what we recognized in our own life, it's like we had achieved the standard of success that somebody would say, wow, they really made it in the health and fitness industry. But we were becoming unhealthy. We had no life. We didn't see our kids. We have 4 kids. We just kind of passed in like, you've got the kids at this time, or like
we just got extremely busy, and it was getting out of control. We were big demand. You know what I mean? It was just like people were signing up, and we're just trying to fit everybody in.
Yeah. And that's really great, right?
Yeah.
We're thinking like, how could we be upset about this? This is what we wished for.
Yes.
And we really had a heart-to-heart one day, and it's kind of something we do across the board, and we talk to our clients about. It wasn't working for the lifestyle we wanted, so as we say, we burned it down and we rebuilt.
Yes.
And in that burn down and rebuilt, we stayed in that industry, but we looked at, what do we want? Well, we want time, we want location freedom, we want to be able to, go camping, travel the world, go to Europe, whatever we want to do, but also we want to quit missing our kids' stuff. Yeah. So we rebuilt our own business within that model, getting really clear on our niche, getting really clear on our program structure, and one program structure that honored those things for us. It really worked so well. Again, we rebuilt, we did incredible, but our heart and passion is really developed now into creating that for other people, because we're not the only ones who think this was success, but then lost themselves in that success. So yeah, I feel like we're really like the most blessed people and have such an opportunity to be able to help other entrepreneurs who are service-based, right? Selling time for money, to be able to restructure, uncap income that selling time for money does, but also have freedom of time and location, because it's a big wide world. And we've learned the past couple of years as well, like you need to be free.
Our goal is to be able to reach out to every health and fitness entrepreneurs and, show them what we've learned and actually share. We do, you know what I mean? Like share. There's so much that we have to offer for a lot of the fitness entrepreneurs out there. Stop, we basically people selling time for their money. That's what we're trying to get at here.
Yeah,
exactly. And you said something that was really important. And I feel like a lot of coaches, they might be in this space once they get to a certain level in their business where it's like, I'm so busy. Okay. I should be so grateful for what's happening. I am just bombarded with success. Okay. But I feel like in the inside, right? Yeah. So what advice, you guys have done a complete 180 in your life completely, and a lot of coaches, they're alone. So they don't have that rock to, speak to, or even get that confirmation to, hey, this is a great transition. What advice would you give those entrepreneurs that are in that position and that are currently doing it alone?
I think I would say 2 things for that.
Mine would be risk. Take that risk.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think the 2 things I would say is, one, it's like, you said it, the risk, but don't be scared to start again.
There you go.
Right? Don't be scared, because we try to like bandage what we've created to try to make it better, but it just doesn't work. Like where I said, kind of burn it down. I know it sounds dramatic, but you can do that. And when you also mentioned, we've got each other to go back and forth with, and what would you do if you're alone? Yes, we are a duo, and yes, we can bounce things off each other, but we've always had support in place. Yes. So as much as we are each other's support in life, we're not necessarily in business. So the advice is the best thing you can ever do for your business or for your life is put support in place. Yeah. It's an investment 10,000 times over.
For sure.
Yeah. And it's no surprise that's one of your core principles. That's the first one, support. Yeah. So like, that's really important. And, when that entrepreneur gets to a certain place, you know, that support, it might not be their friends, because maybe not of them can't even keep up with how they are working now. It might not be their families because they don't understand the risk associated with being an entrepreneur. So like, is hiring a coach the next step, or is joining a mastermind? Is it, do you think that they should do either one-on-one coaching or being in a group setting? Which one would you advise?
Yeah, so we can only base things, everything we speak of is because we've done it ourselves, right?
Yeah.
So we can only speak to our own experience. And our most powerful experience has always come from one-to-one coaching that then can potentially lead into a really curated mastermind community. And curated, it means that they've all had like a one-on-one experience. They've all had a similar growth to be able to filter into then a community of like-mindedness, because, you know, we can get comfortable, right? And even in a community, I find that, you know, if it is just a little bit, you know, there's different models, but really quite open, then there can be a what's more focused on what's not working than what is working. And you really want to really pay attention to that focus. So, you know, how we work, and again, it's based on experience, our own experience. It's one-on-one that leads into a very, like an invitation only curated mastermind community.
Yeah.
Awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're not aware that there's help, okay, this is that, like, you know, flashing light, this is your sign. It's time to get aware of what's available, okay? And educate yourself. Like, one of the things that we absolutely love about you guys is that you guys are not doing something that you guys haven't either experienced, paid for significantly, because you guys are big investors, and also have associated yourself into that lifestyle. Like, now more than ever, people really need to connect with real, authentic people.
Yes.
Right? Not the ones that are hiding behind their Instagram profile, but the ones that are actually living it.
Yeah.
So this is one of the reasons why we have these, you know, superstar interviews, because you guys are it. You guys are an example of true realness. So thank you for that.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we really
And honestly, if a coach was just getting certified, like they just got out of their corporate job, a lot of them have really great corporate jobs that are giving them a 9-to-5, you know, steady paycheck, but now they're ready to make that transition into, like, you know what, I know I'm making maybe 200K, 300K, 400K a year in my corporate job, but I'm not doing anything with it. You know, what advice would you guys give that person when making that transition, when they're able to, like, put in that I'm done?
Yeah,
That's
you
a
know,
good one.
it is a really good one. And we've worked actually with a handful of coaches and have even experienced that ourselves.
Yeah, big time.
And I always like, ask yourself this question. And I think it's such an important question to reflect on. And it's, so if you're leaving a corporate job, you're leaving something, am I running from something, or am I running to something?
Wow.
If you are running from something, that to something's never going to work for you. Because the energy, the experiences, the whatever heaviness you're experiencing is going to come. But when you're running to something, when you can say, you know what, I know I'm making all this, I know I'm, you know, logically this makes sense, but I'm running to something, you will have the greatest successes of your life.
Absolutely.
That's strong.
Yeah.
That is strong. Where do you see your practice evolving into in the next 1 to 3 years?
Tony Robbins sitting there watching us.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Mic drop.
Done. Tony who? Sorry, Tony who? Let him in. He's okay.
Our focus right now is really on building our winner circle mastermind.
We want this circle to be like the killer
really
circle.
Exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive community where everybody's just so motivated, just open, just keep evolving.
And I talked something about that too, actually, in our current mastermind community. And, the winner circle, it can be perceived like you're always first place, you're always the blue ribbon, but it's really not that. It's like you are your own blue ribbon, right? You are always showing up. You are making that extra effort. It's not about who's making the most financially.
Yes.
We do set financial goals, but it's really health, wealth, and relationships. And those are the three areas that, again, are the foundations of our life and really the foundation of our Winner Circle Mastermind.
That's right.
So for us, bringing people into the front end of our program, meaning working one-on-one, the heart of that, of course, is to build their business, help them restructure their lifestyle, but it is really to build our Winner Circle Mastermind. So when we're looking a few years up the road, that mastermind is like, it's the place to be. Like there's an energy, there's excitement, there's growth, and the people there are just, they're achievers, right? They're their own.
That's
they're
our
their
dream
own
right
blue,
there. That's
they're their
our
own
dream.
blue ribbon wearers.
That's phenomenal, because I know now more than ever, like people want to associate themselves with someone that's actually going to not, launch a program, launch a service, do something, and then in a month or two, they're done.
Yeah.
People are not really into like the 90-day programs or like the 6-month program thing. People really want to sustain with a coach, like actually grow with a coach.
Yeah.
And you guys personally have coaches, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
For quite a while.
Yes. What is like, let's just be real. Like, this is like curtains down, onion peeled back. Like, this is the rawness right here.
Yeah.
We should call this the raw. Like, the raw combo.
Hashtag it.
Okay. How has your life changed by hiring a coach as a coach?
Yeah. I mean,
wow. A lot.
Right?
Yeah. It can't actually happen in our
opinion without a coach.
No, it can't.
Without the right direction, without the right guidance.
Yeah.
It's not like I see, I'm not gonna, guys starting their own business or getting into business without any kind of coaching. And it's just, they're struggling. It's very hard. Yeah.
And it's not to say even that you can't get there wherever kind of that there is.
It's just, you'll get there slower.
And we talk about stretch, right? Stretch being number 4. So you will get there, but you won't get there because you haven't been able to expand yourself the way a relationship in a coaching or mentoring relationship provides. And it's so key. I also, if you are a coach and you don't have a coach, I don't get that at all. Because how can you say for people that the importance or the value of it when you don't have it?
Having our coaches keeps us evolving. Keeps us growing. And we're constantly learning from our coaches. Our coaches are constantly learning too.
From their coaches.
They're like 4 or 5 steps ahead of us. You know what I mean? So we're just trying to stay in that realm where we're keeping up to them and just learning and evolving, right?
Yeah. And I don't even know, I wouldn't even necessarily call it keeping up.
It'd be hard to.
Well, because you're not keeping up. You're on different journeys.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? We're on different paths. We're on different journeys. The people that come into our program and leadership, if they think they're trying to keep up to us, then we're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Right? It's your unique path. It's your unique journey. It's our responsibility to truly understand that so that we're implementing and stretching you into what success looks like for you. There's too much rinse and repeat of people trying to be other people, and you're never going to find your magic in that.
That's strong. And one of the things that we always ask, one of the questions that we always ask is, what advice would you give someone that feels kind of left behind? Especially in right now, the times, it's kind of like you see people already accomplishing X, Y, and Z, or why am I not there yet? Why haven't I gotten to that point yet? Living either in the future or in the past, not really fully embracing the present. What advice? Because you guys have a dynamic family, like your kids are awesome, and you guys have really great adventures together. And as parents, as coaches, as leaders within the space, what advice would you give someone that feels kind of like, I'm not there yet, and kind of getting beat down by life?
You know, there's so many spaces I think we could go to for this one too, but you know, when everybody pays the same price, right? Meaning the person who's having the success that you're striving for, desiring, has felt exactly how you are feeling in that moment. And there's really, you know, it's always looking at the 3 levels of growth, whether again, that's in a health journey, a business journey, a personal journey. There's the adrenaline phase, right? Where we're first excited. It's like, oh my gosh, I've started a new program, or I'm like, whatever. It's just like adrenaline. Then there's the results part, or the action based, where it's like, okay, now you're in a flow, you're still good. But where people slip off is in the consistency, or what I call the guts. It's like you have to have guts and determination and consistency to keep going, because the adrenaline's gone. You're kind of bored. You feel like everybody's getting ahead of you. So look, you know, when you're feeling that, look at those 3 phases. It's like, okay, the adrenaline was there. I was good. I was getting results. But then there's that consistency, and we get challenged, right? That's where we jump to a new program, or we, you know, try to do what somebody else is doing, when this isn't a stare and compare. It's focus. It's like recognize I was here. Now I'm here. Oh, okay, this is where I am. That person just got good at the consistency. That's where I get to show up, right?
I love that.
Where it's
the
also
key thing is just to stay consistent. You know, we've had ups and downs too, for sure. But we stayed on that line. We stayed on that path, and we didn't veer off. We knew like there was going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? We're not even at the end of the tunnel. We're still going through the tunnel. You know what I mean? We're still going through the tunnel. I know there's light there somewhere, right? But we're still going, and we're doing it. We're not going here. We're not chopping it down. And I mean, some programs, sure, it doesn't work, then we'll rebuild, right? But we're still staying on that line. Like I said, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And I always look what people do we have to support for our support. We don't look at family for support.
No.
And we never ever look at our close friends for support.
We look at them for love.
For love, that's it.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
How come you didn't like you didn't comment on my answer? We don't care. You know what I mean? Like
we get caught up in that.
A lot of people get caught up on that. Like I said, never look for support from your family or your close friends.
Let them love on you and put people in place that again can help you get to where you want to go. I can't say enough. It's game changing. Absolutely game changing.
That's beautiful. And that brings a lot of awareness to, like, especially our audience. One of the things, and I'm very curious about both of you guys, because you both have a very unique dynamic, right? Just as a kind of reminder, okay, everyone that's watching this. So Allison and I, we kind of share a birthday. Wink, wink.
We're pretty cool.
Yes. And then Vanessa and Eddie kind of share a birthday too. So I feel like you guys are kindred spirits.
I feel like we need to
connect.
We need to connect.
We will. You know, I'm very curious because, like, Vanessa has her own dynamic way of actually staying focused on tasks, right? Or a specific goal that she wants to accomplish, right? And I know that that's definitely not my groove. That's not my way of doing it. Nah, I have my own style of doing it and I get it done, whatever. So I'm curious, what are like maybe 2 ways that you guys can share with our audience? How do you guys stay focused in business and have a flow in life? How do you guys do this? One from you, Eddie, and one from you, Allison.
Ladies first.
Oh gosh. Because we're like oil and water that makes the perfect salad dressing. Like, I don't know. Like,
wow. I haven't heard that one.
We are so different.
We're totally different.
But we work. But I think really what it comes down to is our approaches might be night and day different. The way we read and interpret something might be night and day different. But there's 2 things. One, we respect one another's way of looking at it, because I could sit here forever and I can be bad at it too. Like I can be like, I'm right. but me being right also doesn't make him wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
He's right too. And I think the most important thing though is why we can be in business together and build our life together is we come together on our goals. So how we get there, that might potentially look different for each of us, but it's one goal that we're both working towards.
Yeah.
So when we focus on that, or when we, butt heads on something, it's like, well, hold on, what are we trying to achieve? And if we can go back to what we are trying to achieve, then we break down the egos that both of us come in with.
Yeah.
Like I said, you are both alphas.
Yeah.
Yes. What about you, Eddie? Like how's your morning routine? How's your night routine? Like how do you like stay in shape? Like let's be real.
I wake up pretty early. A lot of people don't realize I do wake up early. I got a ritual. I wake up, I feed the dogs, I have my coffee, and then walk the dog, and I do my thing. And
Yeah.
as for Allie and I, we're very open to what we need to say to each other.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I
strong.
mean? Like I don't hold back. We hold meetings every week. Sometimes it's painful meetings, sometimes it's not painful meetings, right? But we do. We run it like a business. We sit down once a week. We talk about what the heck's going on with our business and in our relationship. And then 6 months, we set goals for every 6 months. And if we don't achieve those goals, we have another hard conversation like, what the heck did we not do? Like, why aren't we doing this in our relationship? Why are we not doing this in our business? I treat our relationship as a business. Well, relationships more intimate.
I know what you mean.
For sure. That's what we do. We share and
Actually,
and we pillow fight. We have pillow fights.
We're not. But can I add on that?
Yes.
I've talked about our pillars, health, wealth, and relationships. And we have standards of excellence in all of those three as well, that are outside of, again, our opinions or our, egos. So in those 6 months meetings, it also reminded me is we always look back to our standard of excellence. Like if you're a hotel that has a 5-star and you got knocked down to a 4-star, you can look at where you didn't live into it. And then that stops us from pointing, because we can go like this, because it's on piece of paper. It's like we both agreed to a standard of excellence, and we just are no longer in a position to point to the other and say, you didn't do it, when we can look at our piece of paper, whether it's our health, our business, our relationship, and we can be like, okay, I didn't live into the standard of excellence that we both set.
That's awesome. Respect, setting time to speak to one another, and making sure that those goals. I love that.
Oh yeah, and I work out daily.
Of course.
You have to work out daily. You need to walk in and know, like, okay, that guy means serious stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I love walking in the room and just feeling like, okay, this guy means business.
And you do. Your presence.
I like that feeling where, you know what I mean? Like I take care of my body and I take care of my mind, right?
Yes, health as wealth.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yes.
That's awesome. So one of the key things, one of the core pillars within our life and our business is the fact that we are all location independent, right? So that is a very core principle within anything that we do. As you guys know, we started our business in Thailand like 4 years ago. So it was like we were kind of stuck in that position and we had to make something out of nothing. But you guys are in a very unique position where you guys can actually help someone get out of being location dependent and finally get them out into the world and embrace all that there is.
Right? Yeah.
How does that feel for you guys?
Awesome.
That's the heart. It's our heart.
That's right.
Yes.
It really is, because we were there. We were, we had been trapped in corporate environments previously, but then we even found ourselves trapped in our own business.
Big time.
And there was this fear again, like, well, this is what we asked for, but it's okay to change that and to evolve from that. So
now that we're here, now what?
To help people be able to recognize that there's not one way of doing things is like huge for us. It's
Mhm.
huge. It's why we made this switch to solely working in the business side of coaching, because we want people to be able to experience that. And it's what gets us excited every day.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And I know that your event is the second week of May. You know, where else are you guys planning to travel? I know you guys are big time travelers and you guys are always out doing something. So what's on the
Traveling just
itinerary?
opens your eyes to everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And you know what? We just redid our board recently also. And we really want to have 4 big trips where we're doing events a year. So we do have a couple things on that board. Europe is a big one.
Yeah.
We've found a new heart. We haven't been there, but we have a new heart and excitement for Croatia. It's just, I don't know. It's on our heart right now. But we're also, hey, let's do an event next month where what's on our heart? Where do we want to go?
Where do you want to go? Where do we want to go?
Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah, definitely stay tuned. We are going to have those events, but where they are going to be, we're more of where are we being led than what are we trying to force to happen. So
like our last 3 trips, you know, we're
planned like 4 weeks out.
Yeah, we're maybe 3 weeks, you know,
Yeah.
London, Mexico, Australia.
And we did events in each of those locations.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a really good one. So what's one of the really great ways that you guys have been able to not only live a life designed by what you guys believe is true, you know, your health, wealth, business, okay, empire, but also while traveling the world, you guys have been able to experience different cultures, different dynamics, different ways of doing business. What has been one of the ways that really stood out to you guys? Because I know you guys are not just like you guys are definitely not rigid. You guys are like so flow. I love it. What has been one of the ways that you have brought into your space and adapted to because you want to accommodate the world and embrace the change that's happening in today's time? That was a very long-winded question, by the way. I recognize that.
Yeah. So I think just to make sure I have it correctly, what have we learned or how have we adapted to then support others in other places?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know what? I don't even know if there's one answer to that. It's
right.
Again, yeah, because it's so important to, we're not trying to have you become us, like, or do the same things we did, because as much as every person is unique, every culture is unique, every country is unique, but the one thing that we have really recognized that is the same is that everybody desires lifestyle.
Yes.
Everybody desires to feel like they are in control of making their own decisions of, you know, where they want to work, how they want to live. And I think more than ever this past year or couple of years, when we traveled, what was the most amazing thing? And I definitely don't want to spend time on this topic, but when we left, we were told you're not supposed to leave. And that where we were going, it was going to look a very restricted certain way. But when we went, it never really was what we were told. So we've really taken that message too. And it's like, don't worry about the noise. That was your heart. Yeah. What do you want to do? If someone says you can't, you have a choice to focus on you can't, or how can you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if it's every culture, every country still has the same heart. Yeah. It's still the same heart.
It's just a different vibe. Like, you know, with London too, it's just like, wow, like millions of people.
Yeah, such a
like, and it just opens your eyes to the different culture, the different way they live down there. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Like,
and I think what I would say to anybody, and well, we have said to everyone, no matter where we've gone, no matter how you want to build, even if you want to, you know, have a location or, you know, have freedom, but just within your own space, get out.
Yeah.
Still get out. Go look, go see, go experience. Because one trip, just one, will actually change your life.
Change your life big time. Yeah. It'll open your eyes to like things you know, like things
You can't imagine.
yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I just love traveling. It honestly just opens my eyes and my heart to
And how cool to
everything.
meet people
Yeah.
in every corner.
Yeah.
And
And
there's
every time Allie and I travel, we just get blessed with like certain things. People like give us
just opportunities
all the time, everywhere we go. It's
Yeah, I mean, you guys are light whenever someone meets you, and we can't wait to actually physically meet you guys.
Yeah.
Because we've only actually met like maybe 5% of our entire database.
Really?
Okay.
Yes. Like maybe a handful, like 5%, maybe 10.
Yeah.
No, probably, I don't know. And it's always been like in a dynamic way.
Yeah.
So whenever we do meet each other, it's going to be not just randomly on the street.
Yeah.
Best believe it's not going to be just like that. It's going to be something awesome. And honestly, the way that you guys framed that question, I haven't asked that question ever because I haven't been able to connect with a couple that has actually experienced that type of lifestyle to the degree that we have also.
Yeah.
Right? One of the reasons why we absolutely love to travel, why location independence is like our core principle, and the reason why we choose to move around, especially now, right, is because when you're able to see someone else's culture, like, and having an understanding of what the opportunity is, your mindset is able to stretch, which is what you guys always teach on. So it's like, you guys get it. So the people that are listening to this, if you guys want to have an international stretch, not just like this, like, yeah, let's get you here to, you know, hopefully get you. No. This is not what, this is the big arena. So get involved, get started. It's really important.
Yeah.
Now, this is one of the questions that is probably going to be the most important question that I ask both of you. Okay. The most important one.
Okay.
What does freedom mean to you?
Oh gosh, that's so deep that it's such a personal thing that I honestly don't know if you can necessarily put words to. Freedom, but I will.
Freedom could be a bunch of things.
Freedom to me is a belief.
Wow.
It's a belief that tomorrow is your vision. Like, it's freedom to me is it's a peace and a belief. And actually, I have something on my wall here that I will actually read, because it actually represents freedom to me. It says, therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you will receive it and will be yours. And I think if you have that, that's freedom.
Strong. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know, I always say, whatever you ask, you shall receive.
That's right.
I always say that. And I always remind myself that too.
And when you believe that,
yes,
that's freedom.
Yeah.
Game changer. Completely.
Freedom is like a superpower.
Yeah. And
I love that.
You have it. You have the superpower. You have the superpower. You have the superpower.
Sure.
Claim it.
Yeah. Freedom is a human superpower. Boom. Boom.
Awesome. Well, Allison, Eddie, thank you so much for gracing us with your amazing presence. And thank you so much for allowing us to receive your message today, because I know this message will actually resonate with a lot of people, but it's going to be that one sentence that you guys have said throughout this interview that actually wakes someone up. So thank you so much for being a superstar and continuing your mission to impact the lives of millions and millions of people. So thank you.
Thank you so much for this time, for everything you've done. We're blessed to know.
Thank you very much for considering us as superstars.
Yeah.
You are.
Thank you. We appreciate the kind words, and we love doing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you. Awesome. We'll see you later then.